Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? It's a pretty interesting Monday, I will not lie. Now I'm sure the age-old question is, why the hell am I so late? Well, I can tell you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, it was not me. Well, okay, maybe it was me. But in all reality, it was not me. It was kind of out of my hands. I had breakfast and that's it. And you, Mello, go eat dinner. Go eat dinner right now. Go find something. Also, welcome on in, NJ. Anyway, so why is stream a little bit late? Well, let me regale you guys with the story. So, I like to work out before my stream. Usually I have like an hour free in between when I get home and when I stream. So I use that to work out a bit. Well, today, as I was working out, a GFCI in my, or a GFI in my garage ended up just... So everything that it was connected to, including an AC unit, no longer was working. An AC unit and an icebox chest, which are kind of important. So I had to spend the hour... No? Melly, you're gonna make me very upset. You don't want to make me upset, do you? I'd be hurt if you didn't eat. So yeah, so that blew up. Had to spend an hour trying to figure out which breaker it was on so I could replace it with the help of my dad. And eventually we found it. Eventually, after a very long time of flipping through breakers, I think we had to cycle through the whole house, basically. But it's fine. We got it replaced temporarily. But yeah, so that happened. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting. So yeah, that's about where we're at. Anyway, how's everyone else's Monday going? Let's get to work, shall we? We got a lot of work that we need to get done today. I'll eat for the 1 billionth time, and that's what I'm saying. Thank you, NJ. Let's just get to work, because we got a ton of stuff that we need to do, and frankly, not a whole lot of time to do it. So, welcome to the stream. What are we working on? We are working on Minecraft music. That's about as specific as we're going to get. Outside of that, let's just follow. There's no rice in my house, no potatoes, no tortillas, no bread, aka no foundation. All meats are in the freezer and will take forever to thaw. Okay, I can send you something. In fact, I will if you don't find something to eat. It's okay. It's not okay. Nope, it's not okay. Nope, not okay. You're not good. You are not good. Okay, I haven't heard the song since this morning, so I gotta make sure that it's as I want it to. So for context for this track, this is exploration music / like ambient music. Let's see if I can turn down a little bit. I'm not liking this instrument too much for exploration. We might switch out those vocals. Actually, now listening back to this, I'm a huge fan of that vibe change. That's actually a sick groove. I cannot deny. Okay, so that is currently what we are working with. We have a lot of interesting ideas here that I think honestly can work. They can, but they've got to be done right. So originally the plan was that this is going to be a more like tense, like what's the word I'm looking for? Energy building track. But based on like the briefs that I've done with the people creating this event, and with the general ideas that we're going for, and the way that things are getting structured, this is no longer fit to be a like high energy track, which I think we originally this was the base that we chose for the beginning. A lot more like distorted, crunchy, in your face type bass, but I decided that I wanted to pull it back a lot more in terms of energy and how present it was. The idea is that this track will have two versions. It'll be this full version here, where you'll hear it with like all like the high ends and the low ends, and the other version will be more of like a simplified, more like muted track. Because, and here, like I'll give a rundown of the idea basically. So like, if I were to do Give me this. Give me you. Paste it like that. Okay, so imagine the track like this, for example. And then the idea is when you go into like into a building or something, this is how it's gonna sound. It's gonna be very muted. It's gonna be very like soft and like in the background as you enter these different areas. But the plan is hopefully to have the music be sort of a good transition in between the full version and the more muted version. Odette, I somehow passed as a 12-year-old today or yesterday. How'd you do that? How'd you manage to pass as a 12-year-old? More importantly, where and why? What were you trying to do? So yeah, that's the plan right now, is to sort of make the music feel a bit more closed off. Comic-Con. Oh, I see. I see. A good 4 hours? Wait, okay. What do you mean 4 hours? Like, were you were you spotted or something? No, it was only there for 4 hours. Oh, okay. I need contact 7. Last time I was inside of the convention center for Comic-Con was like 10 plus years ago. Did you happen to see any interesting stuff? I saw the Wolverine stuff, everyone. That looked really cool. That's a good melody line. I like that. I don't know. We're trying stuff out right now because I want things to keep moving and I want things to keep going forward. That's the ideal vision of this. Mm. Okay, let me hear this part again because I want there to be a melody on top of it, but I don't want it to be this melody. That melody will bring back maybe later. I don't know. We might actually we might abandon it. That might be the only time you hear that melody, and I want to move on to a different idea. So this is a recording. We'll just freestyle for a bit. Something like that I think could be really cool. Cuz it's kind of subtly just sitting over everything else, and that's kind of where I wanted to sit. I messed up, I think, here. Yeah, that's supposed to be there. While we finish up some music projects, I'm gonna finish my brother CJ's diamond art picture for us from when we were 5 and 3 for his 14th birthday, and his birthday's on August 7th. Oh, it's right around the corner. Okay. Out of the four, and yeah, feel free to just have the stream on the background. That's sort of what these streams are for. It's just having like nice background noise. Out of 6 pictures, I bet you'll love one in particular. I will check that in a second. I did see something up here. I'm 220 pounds myself, and I'm 15, but it's also because I go to the gym every day and work out. I'm gonna also play basketball and football. Yeah, you're very outdoors and athletic, NJ. So that doesn't surprise me. Because just based on like the stories that you tell of like how often you play baseball, that doesn't surprise me. Okay. Let's try just seeing how. How long do I want this track to be? In all honesty, I'm kind of wanting to aim for the 5 minute mark. I'm willing to actually slow this down just a little bit more, just to give it a little bit more of a slower pace. Let's do 76, maybe? Let's try that. How's that gonna sound? Is that gonna sound too slow? Because we might need to change it back if it's too slow. It might be too slow. Oh, it's too slow. I'm sorry. It's way too slow. Way too slow. There we go. Because at that, there's a point where it just like starts to feel like it's really dragging, especially for a piece that's as rhythmic as this. There's a lot that sort of weighs on it. Hmm. Interesting. I did not know I had noise reduction things now. So I'm pretty sure it probably is a little confusing as to why I now open these tabs and there are now hundreds of plugins here just waiting at my disposal to be used. I tried doing something. Actually, I haven't even tried to see if this is still possible. wasn't Uconnect, was it? No. It's like UA console, I think is what I should be using. I've been trying to use my audio interface to do a little bit more on stream, specifically for something I'm planning in the future. But for some reason, it does not want to decide to recognize my audio interface. It's like, oh, please connect your Volt interface. What do you think I'm using right now? So yeah, it's a little annoying, and I didn't realize that when I downloaded this, I'd be downloading hundreds of plugins, that Pro Tools decided to pick up on. So now I've got a ton of UAD stuff, and whenever you see a UAD, just know it is universal audio, and it's something that I technically did not want and probably will never use. It's like, what is all this stuff? I don't even know. I'm just trying to find a distortion. Where is my distortion now? Love my dinner, your music, because you're chefing it up, boy, cooking. That's cute. Go eat dinner, Mello, or I will be getting you food. It will be in the next 15 minutes. I want a picture of food in my DMs, or I will be sending you something. There we go. That's my distortion. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's an option. I mean, yeah, it is an option. Actually, as I keep saying, I'm 15, but I'm actually 16 because I turned 16 not too long ago. I do remember. I have vague memories of you either mentioning a sibling's birthday or your birthday, like in the past like 2 months or something. Vague memories. It's been a bit of a wild 2 months. Okay, what are we looking at? Maybe a new instrument? I don't think we have anything that really fits here. I am really liking this bass line. I custom made this bass line the way it is. That's really fun. I enjoy that. In all honesty, I want to see about bringing in another instrument here. I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it, and it might not go well. But I'm willing to just. This is a giant hear me out. It was my birthday, and then my brother AJ's birthday. 13 days after mine. Okay, okay, got it. Got it. Also, how are we feeling, guys, about a Scrap Mechanic stream sometime soon? Scrap Mechanic just released in full 1.0, and I would like to do a stream. I just don't know when I'll have the time. Right now, it's looking like for this week, it'll look very similar to last week. Today's Music Monday. Tomorrow will be Soul Crafters. Wednesday will be charity stream. Thursday will be charity stream. It will not be Voyagers and Nira. Thursday will be a very special stream because it'll be the final day. Which, speaking of which, we still have charity incentives, guys, and they're still active even through this stream. Even though we're not technically streaming, if you make donations directly to the Tiltify, um, it'll still count towards like the overall goal. But tomorrow I'm gonna try and stream for at least a couple of hours just to get prepared basically for the event. So that's gonna be the main goal of tomorrow's stream, or not tomorrow's stream, of Wednesday stream. Okay, let's try this. I don't know if this is gonna work well, but we're gonna just try it out. Because this is one they've used in the soundtrack before. I'm not liking it as much as I do on this instrument. I'll start turning these both to 1/16th notes, and we're gonna, or 16th notes, so we're gonna go from there. We're gonna see if that works. Those notes just aren't hitting right. And I think it's probably because it's an arpeggiation form, or it's in, what would you call this? Yeah, it's in a step motion versus this one's in a chord. It's in a chord motion. I also just don't think I like this instrument in general for this particular section of the event. I think I'm gonna keep that reserved for now for a different part. It's gonna play a. I still need to write some hub tracks. Those aren't too particularly vital right now, considering we already have what, 5 tracks? 5 tracks for the hub technically. 3 for interior, 2 for exterior. I would like more, but that is a later down the line situation, considering we already have like what, 4, 8, 11, 14. Is that 14 plus 3 equals 17? I'd say we have like roughly 18 and a half minutes of music right now. Just sort of eyeballing it. So I'm not too mad about that. The goal was to have 30 minutes of original music for the hub, and right now we're at 18 and a half. So we're over halfway done. And I'm not opposed to adding music throughout the event. Like if I keep writing while it's going on, then I will keep updating the hub. But for now, I think I want to keep it to just where it is right now. We have a nice selection. We have a nice playlist. And right now we need to focus on other things because other things are kind of getting in the way of completion because I haven't written music for it and I need to start testing stuff. So that's sort of what the goal is for this area of the event. Can there be another instrument that we used? Like, could we bring this back? Whoops. I kind of like that sound. Could work. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of. I actually like that pattern. If I were to do a chord pattern like that, it would have to be with very strange chords. I think starting off with like the E minor, the E flat minor 7, and like switching to not a D flat major. Can't be a D flat major. I don't know. Doing something funky with these chords would be probably the better end of that. But I don't know. That's really going to depend on how we take this next piece. Yeah, it's tempting. I don't know. We already have like an interesting pattern here, or an interesting rhythm. Okay, I did a hiccup there, but it actually turned into a really an interesting pattern. Where was it? That pattern. So I'm not entirely mad about it, but because that adds a real interesting syncopation to the music that I think actually kind of fits. Kind of fits. But also, I think just in general, I'm not liking this part anymore. I don't. I'm trying. I'm trying really. I don't know why I'm trying so hard to vouch for it. I just don't like it. Like, um, great. Okay, I gotta think. Well, I think I should probably put an order for food, shouldn't I? Yeah, why not? Okay, let me hear this piece from the beginning. That way we can just sort of get our bearings as to like where we're at right now. What am I thinking? What could I do? I could do mozzarella sticks. Oh, but it needs to be something else with that. What the? Oh, hi, Bug. How's it going? Welcome on in. How was Bed Wars? Was it Bed Wars or Hypixel in general? I kind of like just riffing. For some reason, this is now like one of my more favorite keys to riff. I don't know why. I'm getting completely distracted. Anyway, welcome on in, Raiders. If you guys have to raid and run, that's completely okay. Thank you for being part of the raid. Bug, I'm pretty sure you've already raided and run. But for those of you that are here in chat, let me go ahead and give Bug a shout out very quickly. Shout out the Bug Live. Yeah, go watch his content. He's fun. Oh, what's up, Emmy? How's it going? We're trying to figure out a piece here. To catch everyone up to speed, we're currently working on a Minecraft event soundtrack right now, and I'm trying to write music that's meant to be more exploratory, but on the darker side. So sort of like a dark ambient track. Not meant to invoke like specific horror per se, but more of just like something's lurking and you probably don't want to find out, but there is something you need. That's sort of the vibes that we're going for. So we're trying to find out what the best way to go about this is. Let's play this track from the beginning. I think we need to add something here to the beginning. Or maybe not, because it is technically supposed to be background track. I don't know. I think it should be fine the way it is, actually. Instrument 7, that's supposed to be quieter as well. Because we also got to make sure that whatever instruments we pick also fit within the filter that we're applying to it. That's another thing. Oh, that actually fits pretty nicely. The only instrument that gets lost is this. Which is fair. It's a little too high, I believe. But we'll figure out the filter last. That's kind of one of the last things that we need to do. Okay. I don't think I want you again. But I probably should keep the baseline and maybe something else. We don't have any other arpeggiations in here, do we? Let me go ahead and take a look through some other tracks here. Because we have some other tracks for this area. And I just sort of want to take a listen to see if there's anything that we can take reference from. Because I feel like this track might be a little separated right now from... separated, like, sonically from the others. And I want to make sure that we get, like, the same vibes and everything across. Bring you this way. I don't know why you're all the way out there. Okay, let me hit this track again. Let me see if there's anything that we can borrow. I'm gonna go ahead and save that sample very quickly. Let me save it under this place right here. That's not how you spell that. Hang on. There we go. Okay, near Twilight. Okay. I like this track. What I really like about it is that it sounds hopeful, but also has like a really eerie sound to it. And you can't really figure out why that is, but it sounds hopeful, and that's really what draws the player in. I think, where is it? There's a specific chord. I think it's this one. Yeah, that minor chord. Is it minor? Right, A sharp. Oh no, it's A sharp. My bad. Yeah, it's technically a B flat minor chord. Go ahead and switch. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Go ahead and B minor chord in there. Where there should, I believe, be a B major chord. It's that D that gets changed to a D flat that really makes it very eerie. Because we're using the, what is it? The modal interchange of it, I believe, is what it's called in music theory terms. Modal interchange is where, I believe this is the right term, where you borrow the relative minor, where you borrow the minor of a chord. So like, for example, I think like that would be from like a G major to a G minor, like switching that up basically for a chord that isn't necessarily in the scale. And it works. It definitely works. I like it. Also, I feel like this is like I am obliged to tell everyone we have an album coming out. I keep forgetting to, or I say I keep forgetting. I haven't had time to properly promote this album, but we do have a nice 20 track album coming out on the 14th of August. So in just 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks, almost two. It's like 2.5 weeks or something like that. And holy crap, guys, this is one of my favorite albums that I've written so far. It's genuinely like so fun. We've written some of it on stream. I've shown off a little bit, but there's also a decent amount of tracks that I don't think I have shown on stream. I realized that after our last Music Monday, and I just decided to leave it the way it is because I honestly don't want to touch this soundtrack again on stream. I'd rather just everyone find it. This is for you guys to enjoy, instead of me being here and like sharing like all the secrets and whatnot. So I do recommend. We have two new tracks out that dropped yesterday. The Pacifist and the Support both dropped yesterday. For you to listen to before the album is officially released. Next weekend on Sunday, we'll be dropping the next two tracks. I don't know what they'll be. I'll put everything in a random number generator and we'll go from there. That's what I did for the two that I have right now. We got 9 and we got 14. I'm like, okay, sure, we'll release those two. But yeah, truly, every track on the soundtrack is really good, and I put a lot of effort into making this. So please, it's on Bandcamp. Um, please go support it if you want. It'll be out on all streaming services: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Deezer if you're one of those people, Pandora, all that. It'll be available August 14th. So that's my that's my sales pitch to you. That's my advertising segment. Let's get back to the music. Oop. Why are we saying oop? Why are we saying oop, Solar? Welcome on in, but I think we grabbed all the instruments we needed from this. There aren't a whole lot to begin with. I don't foresee us using this one any outside of this context. I don't know, man. I'm tired. No, that's fair. How are the games? I saw you guys were playing Bed Wars and I think Sky Wars. I got into it now. I was trying to fix an outlet earlier. Now, let's check this one out because there's more tracks in here than I originally anticipated. So I want to just check all of them and make sure that they all fit somehow. Okay, this one. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, chat, but with all the projects I currently have going on, and with all the attention I'm devoting to um, bigger, large scale stuff, Project Wasteland has officially been scrapped. Um, at least for now. I really like the story, but um, unfortunately, the music that I'd already written um, fits a lot better into this project that we're currently writing, and so I am currently working on getting it to be more synonymous with the sounds with the soundscape of the soundtrack. Um, and I might return to the idea at a later point in time, but right now, Project Wasteland is off the docket. I had to put a nix in that one. I hate public games. People try way too hard. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Anyway, this is also for the Minecraft event. Hang on. Is there anything else that I feel like we need for... Actually, this is not a bad sound. We could probably use this. That's a very interesting spelling. But okay. Heart arrhythmia. Okay, I really like this track. It's a really good track. So, for the context of this, um, if you guys remember what I was talking about last time about how like I needed a track to like convey like sort of tension building, and I needed to be like more like hair raising and like unsettling. That what track was supposed to originally lead into this one. But things have been shifted around, and I think the way that we are going to be doing this is there's going to be like a sound cue that hits, and then yeah, I think if I remember, there's going to be a sound cue, so there's going to be like a scary horror sound, and then immediately drop you right into this track, which is insane to think about because it sounds very Chase-esque or like very combat-y. So think about that, and I'll let you chew on that for a little bit. Yeah, I'm really happy with this track. One thing that I want to point out when I was writing this is I love this this lead right here. It's so good. We just absolutely distorted the living daylights out of it. It's so cool. I freaking love it because I love just being able to distort samples and just create something really like awesome. And I think it really, really fits with the ideas that we're currently working on for this. So that's sort of the idea. Um, going like sort of going forward is like we're gonna have this very like synthy scrap metal or scrap punk type sound for this particular area, and it's so far it's really come together. We have one more track, I believe. This one. I need to look through this one because I want to make sure that we have matching samples, at least to tie these tracks together. That's one of the things that I'm like really, really a stickler about is um, just making sure that making sure that like the soundtracks work together and like feel cohesive. That's the main goal of any soundtrack that I write. Um, so try looking over samples and making sure that like stuff is aligning and like synergizing really well is the ideal end goal. Um, let's go ahead and let's just listen to this and let's see if we have any other ideas we can pull from it. Grandiosity? Grandiosity. I just want to make sure this is the right instrument that I'm looking for. Constellations. Also this, which I've used for the melody. I don't know if we'll use this, but I'll keep an eye on it. I think this is another one of those tracks we wanted for exploration, so I think we'll probably keep it to 2 tracks. That I need that. Whatever that is, I want that. Unwired. Beautiful. You know, underwired, that's what it is. Try this one, Sunset on the Beach. Yeah, it could probably work. I can see it working. Doom. Bam, 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 bam. I really like this track. It's a really fun track. Um, and I think I really want this to be the track that sets up like sort of the exploration, because I think it. So first off, the first thing that comes to mind is this is written in B minor. If you know me, you know B minor is one of my go-to keys to write in. I think it is really beautiful. I think it can be like, even though it's a minor key, it can still convey a lot of beautiful colors in it. Think I can't think of a track that actually comes to mind of mine. Which is surprising. Why can't I think of a track? Dolphins Dance, for example, or Blue Orchids. Blue Orchids is a really good example. Blue Orchids is a track written in B minor. That has like a really beautiful like sound to it. But then I write something like this where it's B minor, but it's also very dark sounding. It's very gritty. Um, I don't know. I just really like that I was able to pull something different out of my creative bucket. Because I mean, you initially you wouldn't hear this and think that it's the same key as like I don't think I have any good instruments to try this, but like it's so like it genuinely is, the context is so drastically different. It feels like a different key. It feels like a whole different vibe than just the regular B minor that I do. To be fair though, this doesn't really change chords. It's a very solid foundation of a B minor running through the whole thing. But it's still, it's like when you reach this part, it does not sound anything like the other B minor music I've written. It's a very strong opener. And I like that because it sounds very dark and mysterious, but not terror, not horror-esque. It makes you want to proceed forward, but out of curiosity, but it doesn't make you feel like you're safe. So combining all these different elements together is so interesting. Yeah, I like it. It's genuinely like such a fun idea. But we got to go back to this track because I want to try and get this done tonight, and I've only got a couple more minutes to go. I would like to stay longer, but unfortunately, I think we're gonna end no later than 10:15 tonight, and it's currently 9:48 because I have to get ready for the next Fatebreaker session on Saturday. That is something I am currently working on. For those of you that tuned in to other people's streams, how did you guys enjoy the game or the prison? Um, I put a lot of work into the prison. Getting the game mechanics working, getting people to be engaged with what was happening around them. It was a really good time. So that sort of set the bar going forward, and now I have to work on stuff of a high caliber, on sort of like a one-man team. Um, Kiki's helping like scout out the place and helping like make everything look really nice and like front end look as if like it's part of the build. Me, I'm working on the back end. I'm working on making sure that stuff is functional and everything's like appealing to the player basically, which helps that I have a background in game design or game development, because the questions I ask are, what should the player do? How should this react to the player's input? What is the gratification that the player gets for doing this? Stuff like that. It's very interesting. Designing like all the elements for Fate Breakers, because it's a very different setting, and it's also very limited by Minecraft and the physics engine, the engine in general. Coding in Java is an absolute nightmare. I have. You guys want to see the the commands that were run? Look at, so these are all the commands that were run on command blocks for the event. It is a solid like 48 different lines of code or commands that were written. And because I couldn't do just simple because for some reason world edit doesn't work on command blocks. It has to be done from like the player. And so beats me. Lo and behold, it wouldn't let me put the stuff, so I had to manually put in /fill commands, which is an absolute atrocity when working with world edit, or compared to working with world edit, because world edit can do thousands and thousands of blocks at a time. The fill command is only limited to like 3,200 blocks. It's so goddamn annoying. But it's fine. We got it working. We pulled it off. I was incredibly anxious the whole time. I do highly recommend like watching like either friends, Kiki, or anyone else who was streaming at the time. You can sort of see like how the event was run, or not how the event, how the session went in terms of like the game element, because that was a really really cool payoff for me, even though it was stressful. What are we working on again? That's right. Let me get my list again of stuff that I grabbed. I put it here. Okay. Let's see if there's anything that can fit here, because I think there probably could be. I kind of do want to switch out this instrument. It's kind of just like an annoying gnat in your ear. It's not particularly pleasing, so I want to see if there's a way that we can find something more appealing to listen to. Okay. What instrument could I use? I'm gonna try the chill plucker, because that's one of the melodic instruments that we've used. That is Omnisphere. Okay. Let's try that. There is another effect on it. That's super loud. Holy crap. Does it not sound lined up or something? Hang on. Do. Let's try that, I think. I also need to do some effects on this because this is way too loud. Fat filter. Let's do this. Yeah, I think that'll work, helping with the transition. Because then it also sounds like something that we've heard before with the soundtrack. Well, at this point, I think it'd be either or. You could hear it before, or it's going to play after. It's in the same playlist, I believe. I need to set that up. Oh, come on in, cutie. How's it going? Actually, do I want that there? I don't think I want that there, actually. Because we already have a decent amount of ear candy here already. Remind me what some of these are again. I need to hear these in a different context. That's right. Hang on. I wanted to test this out on this. Jesus Christ. Lower that down by like a long shot. Let me see about doing this, actually. I'm curious. If we remove this, and then we go with this. Let's try that. Sleep schedule go burr. They do go burr sometimes. If you were asleep, I do suggest going back to bed, though. Burr? Hey, how's it going? Yeah, sleep schedules go burr here. If you're wondering, yes, I'm still here, and hi, Kitty. Hi, NJ. Also, I've been asleep for, like, X amount of hours. You know, you could just be tired. That's not a bad thing. Okay, where are we right now? We're at 2 minutes and 50, technically somewhere around there. Probably like 2 minutes and 48 seconds. 2 minutes and 48 seconds on the dot. How'd I know? Yeah, as I said, I want the track to get somewhere around like 5 minutes in length because this is an explored track. Even more so, it's gonna have a variant of it that's a bit softened, so I need to be conscious of the fact that people are gonna be hearing this quite a bit. Um, so getting like a little variety in here definitely is needed. But outside of that, yeah. Oh, I forgot to include it in there. I'm like, what is making that like pulsing sound? It's part of this. I don't know why, but it is. I don't mind the reverb, but I think the delay is getting to me. We haven't used underwired yet, but I need to remind myself what it sounds like. What do your honest here? Honest here. Okay, I guess it's being like right here, maybe give it like a 4-bar rest, and then we jump back into the mayhem. Maybe not with this, actually. Take that back, but definitely this. Let's start off with this again. This is not going to end, so we're going to go ahead and cut that part off. I'm going to need this again, right? Get to robbery? Heck yeah. Get to robbery time. What's this measure? 600? Yes. I'm to measure 89, I believe. Yes. Okay. And the idea is that after this point now, I want to give this to the two instruments side by side. It'll play the lower octave of it, basically. Unless... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was 7, right? Where did we start? We started on D sharp. Hang on. Yeah, no, that should be it. DFA, yeah. No, don't do that. I want to just hear this on its own. That's a very interesting harmony right there. I don't know if I want to put a harmony on this, though. I was going to try it, but... I don't know. And then this has to come back in somewhere. I think probably after here, so I don't want to bring it in. So I feel like we are reaching like sort of the climax of the track, in a way. Like we're doing like a slow build up. Question is though, because it is a background track, I don't know how much I want it to build up. I think I need to keep that in mind of like, hey, this is exploratory music. We don't want it to draw attention to the audience. It's not like we're doing a standalone soundtrack. This is part of a game. Oh, sorry, I forgot this is needed. Oh, wrong area. Here we go. Okay. I think honestly, this is a place where I kind of think it should finish here. I don't think I have any other ideas that can really like elevate this to continue onwards, at least right now. It might be we just have to write a third track, which I'm not opposed against. It's just I'm running out of time to get these projects done. These projects are done by the first week of August, which is next week. So I'm trying to get some of this stuff done while also balancing a lot of other major projects, like Batman, like Fate Breakers, like my actual day job, like trying to survive on 4 hours of sleep. You can understand there's a bit of a breakdown here. Anyway, unfortunately, we are just about out of time. I cannot stay on too late as I've got some other stuff to do. Sorry that this is such a late not a late stream, but a short stream. Um Things just sort of went sideways and I wasn't prepared for the inevitable twists and turns that we took. But overall, I think like yeah, we have our plans coming up. We have tomorrow, which is Soul Crafters. We'll be finishing up a lot of the stuff on El Dorado, hopefully. That's the goal. I plan on doing the restaurant finally. I plan on finishing off the casino. I plan on doing a little bit more work on the bridge because the bridge is pretty much done. I just need to give it like a little bit of suspension to it, and like actually like bolt it into the ground. Um, but yeah, don't expect streams to be going too late. As every night this week, I'm going to try and put hours into Fate Breakers, making sure that stuff is prepared for the next session. Cause I don't want to be stressed, incredibly stressed again, to the point where I don't sleep. That's not ideal, especially for how long the server's going. So yeah, I don't think we have any friends that are live. Yeah, I'm not seeing any friends that are live that we can raid. So I'm gonna just head out of here. You guys know the drill. I'm just gonna put on some music to end it. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in to today's live stream and for sticking around. Unfortunately, though, I got to. So I'll catch you all tomorrow night for Soul Crafters. Bye bye.